Justin Burgess here. Look, it's no secret that healthcare is riddled with opacity, confusion, and complexity. With that being said, I'd like to introduce Brian with Agility Innovation Partners to share how their firm helps employers navigate this maze with clear strategies and innovative solutions. Brian, please give us a brief overview of you and your firm.
You bet, Justin. Thank you. Thanks for having me, first of all. Brian Behnken, I've been in the healthcare data analytics industry for 3 decades. So I've basically spent all day, every day for the past 30 years analyzing data for the purpose of helping employers better understand where they're spending their money in the healthcare system, identify what's normal, what isn't normal, and ultimately to make smarter data-driven decisions about health plan design, network, etc.
Interesting. Next question. So, given that data is increasingly regarded as the currency of healthcare and understand that being a fiduciary hinges on having access to accurate and comprehensive data, could you elaborate on how your firm helps its clients navigate the realm of data analytics?
Yeah, for sure. So remember that the ultimate benefactor of analyzing the data is the employer, okay? Those are the folks that are going to save 10, 15, 20% on their health plan once they start to pour through the data. Most companies will seek that information from their benefit advisor. But the challenge for benefit advisors is that accessing and harnessing this data via platforms and so forth is often two things. Too expensive and too hard to use. And so what we do as a firm is we help benefit advisors gain lower cost access to data that's easier to use. And therefore, more companies are able to pour into the details, start pulling out costs, etc.
Thank you. And look, folks, I don't claim to be a data expert. That's not my level of expertise. What I enjoy about working with Brian is that we're given a dedicated data analyst for our office that helps us build our clients, and they're the experts on the actual data and just relaying it to me and you in an easier format. So next question, let's just talk about transparency for a second. This is kind of a hot topic in the market.
It is probably the hottest topic, at least in the data market. So we have, due to the Consolidated Appropriations Act and the associated transparency regulations, as an industry, we have visibility into costs that we've never had before. Justin, you and I both know that if we go to the same hospital for knee surgery and have the same surgeon and the same anesthesiologist and the same everything, you go first and I go second, we are going to get 2 different bills based on our insurance card. That's been the way our industry has worked for 30 years. Today, we can now see what every plan charges based on their insurance carrier. So we can see all 15 or 20 deals that a hospital has with different payers across the country.
Interesting. That's the name of the game in the broker space is all about transparency, is doing the right thing, especially being a fiduciary of your plan. This is the most important thing is the vendors that you're bringing to the table. They're being transparent. Next topic is, what are some recent success stories or case studies that you have for us?
Yeah, for sure. And this one's easy. It just happened within the past month. So we were working with a benefit advisor and one of their clients when we put their data up into an analytics platform. And we saw something in their pharmacy spend that was out of line. So this employer was about 225 employees. And what we saw was that they were paying on a per pill basis or a per dose basis about 4 times the norm for generic medicine. Okay, so every time a patient filled a generic medicine, that they were paying more per dose than what everybody else does. So we pulled a little bit of detail and we shared that with the PBM and asked them, why is this? What's happening? What's going on here? And after a reasonably lengthy delay, the PBM came back to us and said, yeah, we think we can get some more discounts. So you should see about $150,000 to $200,000 in savings moving forward. I mean, it's like $40 or $50 PEPM. It's crazy. So that we saved that company, like I said, between 150 and 200,000. We didn't even try very hard. We only looked at one thing. So it's imagine what's possible when you start pulling all the costs apart.
And keep in mind, this group was already self-funded. They already had a transparent PBM. They're doing international mail sourcing. They're controlling the high-cost specialty medication. It's just, you're not going to get that level of detail on a PBM claim report. It's accessing the data that actually gave them the ability to find those discrepancies. So if I'm an employer, how can I go about accessing my data so I can start to try to remove some of these costs?
Probably two answers to that, Justin, and it's going to depend on your funding arrangement. Okay, so if you're a self-funded or a level-funded plan, you're going to have a lot more access to your data than you will if you're fully insured. But the place to start is with your benefit advisor. Okay, the benefit advisor community has access to data. They've got access to the TBA, the PBM, these independent analytics platforms. Start there, but know that the funding of the plan will determine the level of access.
Yeah, and that's a good little segue too. So, as a benefits consultant, our fully insured plans, we get basic data. Level funded, we get a little bit more than self funded. We obviously get a whole lot. But for a lot of employers that are currently self funded right now, you're doing the right things. You just if you added this tool on top of what you're doing now, it could take your plan to the next level. So, thank you, Brian. I definitely appreciate your time. It's been very insightful. Take care.
You're welcome, Justin. Thanks for having me.
That was good.